Welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be ranking all the weapons and everything for light. We'll start with the weapons. So we've got the XP54. This is my preferred light weapon. It's a good submachine gun, decent damage, and it's got a fair amount of range to be fair, and it's overall a solid choice for light. Next, the M11. Good, but it is like this, except short range only, which it's always bad. But if you're in a 1v1 versus a light, you will always win with the M11 if you have the same health, as long as you hit all your shots. But past 5 meters, this gun is useless. Next up, now in my opinion, I'd have to rank it a B. I just don't like the iron sights on this gun, and it is good if you can use it, but I can't. Terrible. The shotgun. This is a hard one, because before they nerfed invis, this was still usable, but then they nerfed invis, and it isn't really usable anymore. So I'll have to put it at C, because it can two-shot a light, I think, but then it needs to get a melee hit on the medium as well, and then it's completely impractical. And if you have an LH1, you can theoretically wipe a squad, I think, and this can destroy a heavy, so can this, but this can't. So yeah, sniper F tier. Yes, I mean actually D. It has its uses in, I guess, power shift, but that's as far as it goes. 93R C tier. It's really bad. Iron sights are hard to use, and it's a bit like the M11, but for mass pistol, and just worse. Then we have the VS9, V9S rather. This is good if it can get the hits, but I can't personally give it A tier. Throwing knives, I will actually say these can be fun, but they're not the most practical. Give them a C tier. The dagger, yeah, F tier. Yes, there's them backstabs, but they are ridiculously hard to get. And once an enemy knows you're playing dagger, they won't show you their back if they're a good player. There's a bit of fun to be had, but the most fun I've had is some 1v1s with it, which are strange. The sword, I'll give this a B. It's actually not a bad melee weapon. It's really, you need to be quite skilled with it though, that's all I'll say. Now for the abilities. In first place, it'll have to be the cloaking device. Actually no. Give this an S tier. It is good, but now it takes 4 seconds to activate, of like 10-12 seconds is it? I'm not sure, but I don't know. Then we have evasive dash, my preferred move. I'll pair this with the XP54, glitch, stun for the cash outs, and pyro, but that's just me. Then we come to the grappling hook, which, I'll be honest, D tier. It's pretty bad. Last but not least, the items for light. What do we get? Thermal vision, D tier. absolutely terrible. Yes, I guess you could do it with smoke, but I'm not gonna bother testing that since, I mean, you can see light to it invisible, but there's better choices. There really is. Plus, smoke's not even that bad, to be honest, to see through. Tracking Dart, F tier. It does 5 damage, and you might as well just use a sonar grenade. Stun Gun. Although it did get nerfed, so it's no longer S+, I will give it A, because it stops them cash outs, which can be life or death. Breach Charge, B tier. It's not a bad thing, but, well, usually they'd be a heavy with RPG, so although this can protect cash outs, making it better than them do basically. Flashbang, C. It works for about 3 seconds, and yeah, that's about it. It's not lasting any longer on your light. Frag Grenade. Personally, I don't use this, but A tier, it's still good. Goo, to be honest, I have to give that C, but above the Flashbang, because although it is useful, it's better for like medium or heavy. Gas Grenade, D tier, but above Thermal. Actually no, C tier, below Flash. It is somewhat good, but flamethrowers aren't that rare. Pyro grenades burn in sort of orange barrels, and it just makes it useless. To be honest, it's not that good. It takes ages for the damage to do anything, and I hate them gas missions. Smoke only works for Thermal, give that a D, but below Thermal, because there's also them smoke barrels, so that does make this even worse. Pyro, S+. I might get some hate for this, but the Pyro is the best grenade because it burns enemies. It makes them harder to pass through, so you pass through there. You've got to come through the fire, take damage continuously, whilst being shot at you and your team, potentially. So it's a great choice. Also a great way to get people off the cash out, because it will eventually kill them. And you'll also be shooting them as well, making a quick death. Vanish, B tier. It has its uses, not gonna lie. Getting a heavy invisible is always quite fun. Surprise, but it's not enough time for me, to be honest. Like, it's not that long. It's like a worse cloak. But then again, I don't know. I'd sooner have cloak than vanish, to be honest. Glitch, S tier. Glitch is a great technique. It makes them not be able to use their gadgets and stuff. Basically, before the stun gun got nerfed, and when it hits a mesh shield, that's great. You can kill the heavy, who then or stop the mediums from healing the heavy, which is always good, especially in rank, and a must-have. Sonar, I'm gonna give A tier. They are much better than this, much better, but would not stay in my loadout. I'm gonna give the gateway S tier. Having the ability to move the cash box over closer to the cash out, even though it's no longer like 200 meters, only like 70 I think, but you know what, that's still good because you can get some time. And then yeah, that is all the abilities. See what you want, but yeah. Now for medium. Okay, for medium, the FAMAS, I am gonna give this A tier in my opinion. It's not a bad weapon, actually not B tier. It's just, there's better choices, and it just doesn't do enough damage in my opinion. VF car. Now, I know it's not going to be very popular, but I'm putting this at A tier. VF car is great if you can hit the shots. For some reason I cannot use an F car. And to be honest, I can't really play medium at all. But VF car is a strong weapon, just not in my hands. The AKM, my preferred medium weapon. If I do play it, I play this gun because it's the only one that works with me. And yeah, it's great. One click with this and a grenade disables a a heavy shield, which is very important. That can change the tide of a fight. Model, the shotgun's gonna go in S tier. It's quite a fun weapon to use, but you need to hit the shots, or else, well, take the F car. But I prefer this over the F car. The CL40 C tier. This is a hard weapon to use because you need to normally slightly miss your shots, but it still can be useful. And if there's two of these on one team, and especially in ranked, I've been destroyed by CL40s because I used to use mesh before I got nerfed. But yeah, the revolver D tier has its fun, but them headshots must be hit, and even if you get a headshot on the light, it's still got 4 or 5 health, meaning a light can still probably kill you, because then you'll miss it when it quick dashes or just is genuinely quicker than you. And yeah, now don't get me wrong, the riot shield has some great players, but I fucking hate it. Worst weapon in the... Actually no, that's not true, that's a lie. But you know, it's a bad weapon. And yeah, now for the ability, this is where it gets interesting. We have the healing beam, S+. Best ability for medium, and potentially even the game. Having the ability to heal your teammates, still insane. Guardian turret, my opinion, you really need 2 of these for them to even be practical. It takes 4 seconds to activate, so it's only used as defending a point. Even then, it's A tier, because the dematerializer, just better. But don't get me wrong, it's not a bad, just that is better. Finally, the gadgets. This is where it gets interesting. The array shaper, C tier. Yeah, they buffed it and stuff, but it's not that good, can't even lie. It's a mid weapon at best, but you know. Defibs, S+. There is no other choice. S+. To heal someone, like I don't know, get a heavy back in the game, that can change it totally. Then use the healing beam to heal them up continuously. Absolute beast of a thing. APS, A tier. Quite useful in modes like power shift, and even, you know, it can have its uses in ranked as well, because it can stop them RPG shots which could kill a light. Then we go to the movement part, zipline, B tier. Yes, it's useful, but I would sooner have a jump pad on me, because a jump pad is just better. The mines. This is the best mine. You can use this to bust through walls and all sorts. You know what's not useful, at least in my opinion? The gas mine. As long as you pack a pyro, find the red barrel, or have a flamethrower heavy, this is useless, but it still can be good. Don't get me wrong, especially if you're one of them complete twats who mines players' bodies. F tier. Absolutely useless. It's just terrible. Should just remove this, to be honest, but might as well keep it. Flashbang, F tier. Put that in D actually. Put this in F. This is terrible. It only works for lights against heavies, maybe mediums. Does not really work otherwise. Frag, I'm gonna put this for medium as A, because it's actually what I would use. Actually, put this in S plus actually. This will go in S. Really, I always bring a frag, because frags are the best for medium in my opinion. Yeah, D tier. It doesn't really work on a medium, it doesn't really work on anyone, but it's worse. Now, goo, if you use Riot, S. If you don't, C. It's just not that useful, I'll be honest. Like, there's far better things you can pick. Then you get Pyro. Put this in B. It's not a bad choice, but I think frags are better for medium. Since, especially for like AK builds and stuff, but yeah, that's just my opinion. Last but not least, heavy. The sledgehammer. D tier. Can be useful, generally useless, but it can work with a goo gun. I'll say that. Lewis. Personally, not my pick, but I will give this VST. Actually, no. Yeah. Now, this is a hard one because between these two, I don't know. Better iron sights, but this is generally better. So I think because this has just got better iron sights and stuff, recoil pattern both aren't really that bad. And to be honest, it's really pick your own weapon here, because compared to these guns, there's not really much else you can pick really. Yep, I don't think there's anything else to say for this weapon. We know why it's here. It's terrible. It doesn't even damage enemies. It's just terrible, to be honest. SC, I'm gonna put that in C. It's not a bad weapon, but you shoot them 4 bullets, go away about 5 seconds, and that could change a fight. KS23 B. I've actually started to like this weapon, but it's just not my weapon of choice, because that would be the flamethrower. Now, controversial as this might be, I love the flamethrower. The best weapon there is. Change my mind. You can burn, and then you can used to use the mesh shield, but because now you can just AK and the grenade, makes that useless. I actually use the charging slam. Makes it very powerful. You get the RPG for range, and you're more of a supportive teammate. You still can get them solo teammates. It's a bit harder now since you removed 250 off the mesh, but you know, it still works. And the abilities: charge and slam, S plus. Best ability, actually put it in S. It is good. Still the best heavy ability. Not a S plus anymore because they nerfed mesh. Mesh A. It is useful, but now they've nerfed it. You gotta be really careful of your timings. Like really careful. Goo C. Can work, but I prefer charge and slam. You need to be in communication with goo, in my opinion. So if you're solo queuing, this just will not work, in my opinion. Works with sledge and flame, but that's about it. And for the last thing, barricade S. Very useful. Now, this is really, I would call a buff, because yes, they nerfed it because of head glitching, but I think it's a buff. Because now, you can literally stop. Heavies can't be shot in the head and shoot back. So, yeah. And it literally forces people to go around the cash out. Unless they charge and slam through it. But I am willing to take that chance. Dome A. It's only 300 HP, but it's good. Can save your team. Can be used for revives. Can be used for cash outs. Very diverse. Very good. S tier. S plus even. Literally, if you don't use this, then I do question what is your thinking. But, well, yeah. C4. D tier. Worst breach charge. They nerfed it, it's useless. And yeah. Oh shit. Pyro. C tier. It's not bad. I wouldn't use it, but it's not bad. Explosive. B. I used to use this instead of barricade. Excuse me. Till they barricaded. Not barricaded, they upgraded the barricade to make it bigger. Because the mines, I did get quite a few kills from them. But yeah. F. Who you gonna run from? This does not work. I don't even know why it's an option for heavy. Frag. Can work, but I personally wouldn't. Goo. Well, it's goo, but you know. If you are running the sledge and you don't want to use goo gun, you can use this and have charge and slam or mesh even if you want to be very strange. Pyro. Yeah, pyro. This is a hard one. Probably for heavy, this doesn't exactly work because if you only use fire, just get a flamethrower. And I don't really see the point in this one from the heavy, so I'll put this in F. Gas F. Above the flashbang now. Motion sensor F. Anti-gravity A tier. Sometimes I switch to this for the last round if I think it could be used. Normally it's on like Skyway Stadium, but not always. Or maybe even Vegas, because that can be very useful. And yes, these are my final results. Hope you enjoyed this video, and catch you next time.